I believe respectful behavior bounces back. There are a lot of young people out there that just don't know how to be respectful to other people. And I think that in this video, you'll gain some insights into how to teach and mentor those young people. In this video, I want to talk about how respect bounces back. If you're respectful to someone, usually they're respectful back. Leadership positions. Respect is so important in leadership positions and team positions where someone is working in a team. And I believe that the leadership and team situations are good examples of information that you can share that really prove to young people that being respectful means a lot and makes a difference. My name is Chad Carmack. I'm a former school principal, and I like to bring ideas to mentors, coaches, teachers. I like to help folks that are working with young people so we can provide them with direction in life. And that means a lot to me. So hopefully in this video, we'll have some great ideas for you as you're working with young people. When I was in the military, one night, the drill sergeant sent me on a mission and said, I want you to take the small group of people, march over to a work site, and you're gonna work there all night. And when you come back, make sure everybody's in formation and everybody's marching as just as if I were there. The drill sergeant was telling me this. Well, we worked all night long. End of the work time, so none of us had any sleep. We were exhausted, and I got everybody in formation, and I was ready to do what the drill sergeant told me to do. I was excited about it. Get them back so we could get back into the regular routine day of basic training. Well, one person in the group decided, I guess he had a bad night. Maybe he was tired. But anyways, he would not march. In fact, he had some unkind words for me along the way. Cursed me, just was very uncooperative. I had never worked with this person before. He was totally disrespectful. And I tell you what, in a teamwork leadership position, you're gonna run across people like that. I found all the way through the rest of my life from that point, and even before that, of course, there are people that are disrespectful to others. That left an impression in my mind how important it is to be respectful to others. We need to teach that to young people so that they're not like the young airman that just disrupted my march back to the barracks. So I think it's very important that we teach young people how to be respectful. In fact, one way to approach it is to tell them about throwing a ball, it bounces back. If you throw it against a wall, it's gonna bounce back to you. Well, if you're respectful to others, usually, just a great percentage, a large percentage of the time, those people that we're working with and we're showing respect to will be respectful to us. It's just a fact of life. So it's a principle that is so important that we teach young people. Now, I've had a lot of conversations with young people who say, well, they weren't respectful to me. I was respectful to them. Another life lesson, because we're all going to run into people who are not respectful, and learning how to deal with those people in a calm way, I think is very important in life. Well, if you're working with some young people, they probably shared with you, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to be respectful? Well, let me give you some examples. Almost all young people I talk to shared with me in my career that they would rather be leaders than followers. Well, if that's the case, then they need to understand that, again, the respect principle is critical in leadership. Think about it. Staying calm in tough situations is a sign of respect. Leading by example is a sign of respect. Let's think about sharing expectations. We want our leaders to be respectful to us and share expectations. I think it's just a fundamental part of being a leader. Another thing is, I want leaders that show that they know how to listen. And that is also, one more time, an example of respect to others, if they're good listeners. And then finally, if you think about it, sharing negative feedback in a calm, reasonable way, not coming attacking personally, but sharing feedback so that I know how to get better and do things more effectively. Those types of leaders are the ones I want to work for, and that's what their goal should be. The young people that we're working with, if they want to be leaders, they need to understand the respectful principle. So we're trying to answer, why is it important to be respectful when we're working with young people? They're going to ask that question. Well, another important part that we need to bring up to them is how important it is to be respectful within a team environment. I was talking about that drill sergeant that gave me orders when I did that march. Well, drill sergeants are not respectful to the individual recruits. He was never respectful to me. It just did not happen. However, if you look closely at the drill sergeants and how they interacted, they were respectful to each other. You could see that they were listening, that they were planning together, that they set expectations together. So they modeled that, and then that kind of filtered down when we were in basic training. That unit that was working together, we also picked up some of those behaviors because we had to, and it was extremely important for us to, again, listen, to carry our part, to do whatever it took to get the job done, not let others just pick up our slack. We needed to work towards the mission to get things done, and we wanted to carry our part of the job and get it done that way. So it was a sign of respect. We never let people fall behind. We tried to help them up, and there was a lot of encouragement and respect in that environment. That's what we want our mentees to experience. If they can get involved in teams, I think that is a great experience where they're actually learning how to work within a team, and they're going to find out how important it is in life. And it also is one more example of why being respectful is so important. So let me summarize. I think that if we're working with young people, we need to explain to them why respectful behavior is so important to them as they're working and interacting with others. Well, first of all, it's like a bouncing ball. It bounces back. If you're respectful to someone, usually they're respectful back. Not always, but in most cases, that's going to be the case. We want our leaders to be respectful. We want them to set expectations, help us along the way so that we can grow. We need our leaders to be respectful. If they want to be leaders in the future, they need to learn how to be respectful. Teamwork requires respect. The best teams, you'll see their interactions, there's going to be respectful behavior. Everyone does their part, and that is, again, a sign of respect. And I just think that if we work to try to find ways to get kids to take on leadership roles and to take on team situations, and they're learning that firsthand in life, I think it's going to make them so much better, and they're going to understand why being respectful is so important. Hey, if you like what you heard today, I'd love for you to subscribe to learningpursuit.org. Go to learningpursuit.org, and you can see a subscription up in the right-hand side, right top on the website. Subscribe to the newsletter, and I'll be able to share information when I send out essays or new videos. Love to have you on board so that you're actually able to see the new, fresh information that comes out. And those essays, by the way, make sure that you're using those with young people. At the end of each blog or essay, I also build in questions that you can work with kids in small groups or even individually. And I hope that they'll be able to help you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and you take care.